Hi, this is Charles of Twisted Gypsy. I wanted to show everybody the work we've been doing on some of the REMO frame drums to change some of the handles and the grips on them and to customize them to turn them into Bendirs or ricks at the same time. We don't really have a name for that yet, so we're calling it the Twisted Bendir at the moment. But a lot of people have been talking on our website and on Facebook about what we've been doing, so I wanted to show everybody. Here is the basic REMO 22-inch fiber skin 3 frame drum. It's got a nice deep tone. Completely not menacing at all, just a good sound, right? Has this pre-cut thumb notch in it from REMO. That's just about an inch in depth, a little bit smaller than a paper towel roll, basically. Not a whole lot. If you've got big hands like we do, that is kind of a very small little thumb notch. So what we do is we cut them into what we call a comfort notch, which is a much rounder, more curved notch. We'll hold 4 fingers at a time if you really want to. We line that in a really nice pliable deer skin that's glued on, and that makes it a lot easier to hold for the 2 and 3 hours that we play these sometimes in a row. Doesn't change the way they sound at all. Makes this, when I'm doing my bottom hand, a lot more comfortable and easy. So this is what, again, we call the comfort notch. Now we also do a different cut called the dynamic notch. This has 2 curves on it and a flat surface for palm gripping. The reason we do this is it lets you change your techniques while you're playing without needing to grip the drum all over again. So basically, I can go from the open grip here, which is at the base of this. I'm going to have Mr. Hand show you what I'm talking about. Mr. Hand from the side. Hi, Mr. Hand, how are you? That's the notch grip using the palm hold. It's going to give your fingers a lot more room to do rolls and snaps and pops on the bottom. Whereas if you hold it to the traditional side, you can still get a lot of flexibility in play and get a good paw sound and a good tuck sound as well. It also lets you do a lot of bending of the strand and the skin to change the way the note sounds while you play it. So that's why we call that a dynamic notch. So we cut these out for friends and family, and basically it's, about 40 bucks a work. Not a big deal. We turn a drum into a better drum. We also add some of these nice little jingle things on them, eyelets to finish up what REMO puts in case you want to turn this into a borin, which we never do because, we play Middle Eastern rhythms and North African rhythms, and there's not a whole lot of reason for a stick when you have a hand. So, we do that. What we also do to these poor defenseless drums, going from here to our newest Twisted Bendir, here. We add the dynamic notch again, which is really cool. We add a jingle slot, pretty cool. And we add Bendir strings. Mr. Hand will show you a little closer to the camera again. Bendir strings. So when you get that all done and polished up and eyelets put on and nice and finished, it's going to sound like this. Now that's open. That's just letting the jingle do what it does. That's letting the jingle do whatever it wants. With the dynamic notch, you can also hold the jingle down with your thumb on the inside of the drum and make this sound. Traditional Bendir. Now with the magic of video and microphones and, MacBook cameras and all that, what you don't hear is maybe that this isn't any distortion. That's the sound of the strings vibrating on the inside of the head of the Bendir. When you add the open tone to the jangle, or you can play it much more dynamically as if it's a rick. Or you can do all 3 at once. Pretty fun, huh? We also do that to the Renaissance head version of REMO's frame drum. Again, the same kind of little notch in the thumb thing. This is the Renaissance head, a lot more resonant, much higher tone. Pretty fun. Great little drum. This is Mr. Hand's favorite drum. What we do is we take it home to the Twisted Workshop where all the Twisted Elves work hard at these. Again, cut a dynamic notch into it, add a jangle, add the Bendir strings. In this case, to take advantage of the resonance, we take them all the way across the drum head. And here's with the closed rick. And then one more with just the regular rick as if I'm playing it actively. One more time. This is not microphone distortion. That is the sound of the strings of the Bendir inside the drum set. They don't sound nearly as cool until you hit the drum. So that's pretty much it. You can check all this stuff out on twistedgypsy.com. We are absolutely happy to change anyone's drum for them if you want to trust your drum into our hands. Normally, if we're going to sell these out to like do fundraising or help out another drummer that we know that really likes these, we'd sell them for probably about $225, give or take shipping and handling. If you send a drum to us to customize it, that'd probably only be about $150. It's about 5 days work. There's some really tricky stuff that we do, and you have to feed the elves. Thanks very much. Bye. Squirrel! We good?